Alright, hey guys. Okay. I tried making a video yesterday, but my audio, it's really bad. I also was talking really low. But this will be the first video, second intro, so to speak. Now, in this one, I would like to talk about one of the three sections that I said this channel will be about. This one's going to be on the cancer. Alright, so, starting off, when I was younger, I think it was in middle school, I started having problems with rectal bleeding. So I went to the doctors and everything, and they just said that might have been polyps inside, my intestinal wall, that one of them might have ruptured or something like that, and that's why I was bleeding. Um, they gave me some medicine and everything. I used it, and 1, 2, 3 things were done. Like I had no more symptoms, no nothing. I was perfectly fine. Fast forward, 2011, about a good while. I started getting sick. That was a very stressful year for me. I was just down, really stressful, a lot of situations going on in my life. And I'm pretty sure that affected, you know, the condition that I had that I didn't know at the time. Um, that year I got really bad. I started losing weight. I was pale yellow. My fingernails were brittle. My eyes were like yellow, and they're like, I was horrible. I'll wake up with like pounding headaches. So, in late July, I ended up, I went to work, and my boss told me I couldn't work. I was horrible. I was jittery. Everybody was just looking at me, trying to make sure that if I was okay and everything. Boss sent me home. Got home. I felt really bad. Fell asleep. Woke up, took a shower. Got out, talked to my sister, laid down for like 2 minutes. I woke up drenched in sweat, but with a very big urge to go to the restroom. So when I went, just went, sat down normally, and just blood pooled. Like blood, like if I had gutted myself inside or something. As being a Hispanic, being a male, I didn't think of it as, oh, I need to call a doctor, I need this. No, my thought was, you know what, I'm just tired, let me go to sleep. Which I did. Later on during the night, I want to say midnight or something, I woke up, I went to the restroom because I had the urge again. And same thing happened again. This time I did thought about it. I was like, you know what, let me get my phone, go to the room, get my phone, call the hospital or somebody or something, to help me out, because, it wasn't normal. I passed out. Like, my body was just too drained of blood that I was just, like, falling, hitting the floor. Now, I didn't pass out as in, out completely. I was still conscious. I just couldn't move. I was just there in my thoughts. Instead of going to the room, I decided to go to the kitchen and drink water, because I was like, I lost too much blood and that's what's going on. So I did that. Drank water. About 30 minutes later, felt a little bit better. Started walking around. Well, not walking around, but like went back to the room and I fell asleep. Woke up again. I don't know how long, time frames, but woke up again. Same thing. Restroom, losing blood. But this time, since I knew that I needed water, I went to the kitchen instead of thinking of my phone. So, happened 2 more times. Yes, I know you're probably gonna say, you should have gone and called somebody. But once I knew how to fix it, I didn't think about calling somebody. Around 8, my mom, she checks up on me, asked me, how are you doing? And I told her, and I felt bad. I felt horrible. And she said, go to the doctor. She went to work. I tried to get up and go take a shower to go to the doctor. I couldn't even stand up. I had to crawl to the restroom, take a shower, crawl back, literally, because my head was too heavy for me. I was top heavy. Called my mom, told her, hey, I can't drive. I was just afraid, I told her I had to crawl, top heavy. I'm gonna end up wrapping myself around the pole or something, because I'm not gonna be able to drive right. So we called a family friend. She dropped me off. Well, she took me to the hospital, And even at the hospital, the nurses, usually you go to the emergency room, you have to wait to be seen and everything. Now, I went right in. They checked my blood pressure, they checked my temperature, everything. I just went straight in. Spoke with the doctor, explained to him a little bit of what happened, give him a little backstory of it, because I remember, hey, I remember the doctors had told me before that, when I was bleeding at first, I had polyps, so I mentioned to him. He said, okay, we'll check it out. First, we'll run some tests. Nurse comes in with a rainbow full of little test tubes and 2 of each. And she starts drawing blood. Pokes me and everything. I'm looking at it. I don't have a problem with blood. She starts draining blood, and I just feel like my eyes roll in the back of my head. I feel lightheaded. And she just tells me, stop looking, don't worry about it, don't look at it. And I told her, it's not the blood. I just feel really dizzy. Well, she did it real quick, took off. Doctor comes back in about 15, 20 minutes later, give or take. And he tells me, did you really walk in here? And I was like, yeah. He goes, I don't know how. A normal person has a hemoglobin level of 8 and above to be healthy. Anything lower is anemic. I was borderline leukemic. I was at a 4. He said that if I would have waited a little bit longer, my blood would have been poisoning me. So I'm thinking, they're just probably gonna give me some iron pills, go home. Nope. I spent the whole week in the hospital. First night, 4 bags of blood. And then I had CT scans to see what happened. Those are my things. They saw masses in my intestine, and they did a colonoscopy. In it, they saw that there were masses, big polyps in there. So some of them were removed. Well, all of them were removed surgically, but with the colonoscopy, still had to be, stitched up and everything. The funny thing about that one is, I was woke up, anesthesia. You don't feel anything. You're cool. You're good. You're great. You're walking around like nothing. Anesthesia wears off. And I start feeling uncomfortable. And I'm like, something's not right. I feel something in my rectum. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. I went to the restroom and I felt the string. And I'm like, something's in there. So I'm buzzing the nurse. Hey, something's going on. Something's going on. There's something in there. I forgot something. It hurts. I was uncomfortable. So my blood pressure spiked. I had a fever. I was just horrible. Nurse finally comes back and she's like, well, they put gauze in there to drain the blood just to make sure to see it heals right now. I was like, no, I need it up. So she told me just wait a couple more hours. So they gave me some medicine to try to calm me down, but nope, I still felt it all. A friend of mine said I wouldn't be a good gay guy. No disrespect to any gay people, but no. So after that, they take it out or whatnot. Okay, I get out of the hospital. I'm feeling better and everything. A month later, they have my results. The doctor that did everything basically told me that I had stage 2/3 colon cancer. They weren't sure which one because the area that they resected, they took a piece of my colon, not colon, but my intestine. They took a little bit extra. And on the extra parts, some parts it had protrude over to the outside of it. So they cut a certain area. So some parts it had more, like the cancer had spread over, and other parts it didn't. So they weren't too sure how advanced it was. He referred me to some specialists, but at the time I didn't have no health insurance. So as soon as I called and I told them I'm self-pay, they just said we don't accept self-pay. Hung up on me. That's how bad it was. Down the line, 1 year. Here in the state of Texas, there's something called, in Houston, there's something called the Gold Card. That's it's not health insurance, but it's assistance from for medical. So I got that. I went through through that systems, and they told me that I was gonna have a colectomy. They're gonna open me up, take off my colon, and bring it out to the side of my stomach, and I was gonna have a bag. But the way that this doctor told me, I didn't like it at all. She just treated me as a piece of meat or an experiment, so to speak, which I understand, the practice of medicine, keyword practice. They're not specialists. We're all different. So what works for me is not going to work for you or anybody else. It might not. So I didn't like the way she talked to me. I didn't like the way she explained everything. Because, I mean, she even said, we're going to do this next week, so everything you have, get it done by now. All your affairs, get them fixed, because next week you're going to have the surgery. And I mean, even then, I had, like I said, that year had a lot going on. And I just couldn't just snap my fingers and everything's done. So, I didn't show up for the surgery. I decided to get a second opinion. So, one whole year, I took, doctor's advices to talk to other people, different remedies, cures, things like that. And then a year later, my sister's friend passed away from cancer. And it startled me because she was way younger than I am. And sure, went back to the gold card system, the Harris County system, and I talked to another surgeon. This one, he told me the same exact things, but he explained it in a different manner that I understood better, and I was more comfortable. So I ended up having an ileostomy. That's basically, they brought out my small intestine instead of my large. They brought out my small intestine to the side of my stomach, and whenever I have to go to the restroom, it comes down through there. Now, the reason why I had an ileostomy is because he said that I might be able to get reversed. So all they had to see was how much of my colon they were going to have to recess, how much they were going to have to cut. He couldn't assure me that it was going to be, reattached. He just said, once I get in there and I have to make the cuts, I'll see. If you wake up with a bag on your left side, you have colonectomy, nothing we could have done. I'm sorry. If you wake it up on the right, you might be able to get it reversed. I might, but still not 100% chance. Had the surgery, 9 hours, woke up just to feel my stomach, felt it on the right side, and fell right back to sleep. Now, I'm gonna cut it there. I don't want to make these videos too long because, I mean, I could go on for a good while because there's a lot of things that happen during these times, especially medical. That's what I'm talking about, medical. But I don't want you guys to be on, an hour video on something. I'll just cut them onto those sections to give y'all a little feedback. Another video that I'm gonna make soon it has to do with both of the Mustang and the cleaning. I'm buying parts for it, and certain parts that I bought, they're used, junkyard, so I have to kind of clean them a little bit, but it's for both projects. Just listen for that. I'll make another video continuing on, my little journey through cancer, and maybe, I will make one explaining some of the supplies that I use, some of the things, the way I use them, things like that. Now, again, I'm still, like I posted in the first one, I'm a little shy, so I may not do like the body one where I show where it's at. I'm very self-conscious. It's going away a little bit, hence why I'm actually being able to do this now, because I've been wanting to do these videos for a good while. I've looked up online, and there's not that many. Now there's a little bit more, but when I had my surgery, there wasn't many. And there was just a few of them that helped me through this time. And hence why I'm doing this now. Alright guys, well, be safe, be careful out there with this virus thing. Just have a good day, man.